On the other side of this mountain, my dear. Stand up back here. Is it wrong that I'm fighting the way that I feel? I know there'll be a day this will all disappear. On the other side of this mountain, my dear. On the other side of this mountain, my dear.
It's Sunday, August 2nd, and you tuned into the People's Patriot Project. We got your 6 at 6. Right now, you're listening to WeP3 Radio, proudly produced in partnership with Breeze Across America Radio. Together, we share our mission. Remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and teach future generations the value of freedom. A freedom secured, paid, and bought for by the brave men and women who worn our national and local uniforms. Stay tuned for We Got Your 6 at 6. Now playing on WeP3 Radio, Oaken Park by Jack Yoder.
Everybody looked up to you. Truth went on, some of us still do. Never know the best of you. It all ended far too soon.
Left your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Trucker. Dockers. Roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
Looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission mission, you have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the We P3 team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left, your left, left, right, your left. You got it.
Truck it off.
Good evening. It's Andrea Eichmann here. I'm here with Mark and Frank tonight with We Got Your 6 at 6, brought to you by the People's Patriot Project. Every week. We're here every week, you guys, bringing you a show with a guest, an individual, or a business that's got something to share with veterans and first responders. And then we bring in some music. Tonight's not going to be disappointing, you guys. We've got Chris Turner. It's been so long. We're so excited to have him back in the house. And we have Sonia Achara with Identity Recode for Veterans. It's going to be an awesome show tonight. Very much looking forward to this. I do have a couple little announcements to share real quick. We have got the U.S. Coast Guard birthday, August 4th. So Tuesday, right? Tuesday. It'll be the day in 1790 when President George Washington signed the Tariff Act, which created the nation's first revenue marine fleet. Cool. Way to go, Coast Guard. And then on August 7th, Purple Heart Day is observed on August 7th every year to honor the brave military members who were wounded or killed in combat. This is an unofficial observance, meaning that government offices and businesses will remain open, but the purpose is to take time to thank wounded veterans and remember those who gave their lives. Be very thoughtful, please, while you are remembering and thanking. And then just real quick, we've got some sponsors we want to thank for always being there for us. In fact, check your mailboxes for the monthly newsletter. It will be there for you. Starting out with Catch 22, Derek Iozio. He is usually in the house here. Good evening, the Godfather. So Catch 22, peer support. It is an amazing group, you guys. They get together with other groups. I mean, it might just be a coffee group. It might be a one-on-one. It might be a, hey, I need some help right now. And you will get what you're asking for with these guys. They are awesome. So check it out. Thank you, Derek Iozio. Next, I want to thank Peggy and Bobby Kretzinger with Operation Texas Strong. Bobby's been busy, you guys. He makes reels and shorts, and he puts it all over the place because he needs more RVs. They're opening up a campground. They're taking in homeless vets. They're down in Weatherford, Texas. That doesn't mean that's the only place he can help you. He is everywhere. Peggy, Bobby, Kretzinger, thank you so much for what you do and taking care of our veterans. And then we've got, Business Growth Engine. These amazing tech guys, new website, a new AI management team. I mean, my gosh, AI scares me because they go rogue and hack. No, I'm kidding. Not our guys. They're just amazing. If you guys have got any questions about technology, you need something new or something to change in your technology department, check these guys out. Stephen Rainwater, Jonathan Wills, they care and they're here to help. They're super awesome guys and they give. So to our sponsors, thank you so very much. To our guests and listeners, we are happy that you are here. Before we jump right into this week's show, we'd like you to take a moment to join us for this amazing version of the Star Spangled Banner with Dave Bray, USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take the time to stand if you are capable of standing. Out of honor and respect, please remove your covers and prepare yourself how you need to show your greatest gratitude for the amazing freedoms and liberties we have achieved under one of the most powerful symbols in the world. Please cast your attention as we respect our old glory.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
Patriot Pride.
It is Sunday, August 2nd. It is 1800. You're here for We Got Your 6 at 6. Let's roll!
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine. I just got three things to say.
I
God
try to
bless our
catch the loop
troops.
every week and it never comes off, but it is what it is. We got her. We are here. Look at the panel. We got Sonia, Achara, Sonia.
Sonia.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Chris Turner. And again, killing it in Nashville, part of Label 22, doing all the things. He probably doesn't know this. I made it up just now. I call him the Mecca, is what I call him. He has saved us on so many occasions. We had an event down in Nashville called the WP3 Nashville Takeover. We had some people hired to do a job, and we show up at the first site, first night of the event, and we have no sound. And this stoic dude walks through. He's looking tight. He's all dabbed up. He's got the drip. That's what the kids say now, the drip. He got the drip. And he's like, don't sweat it. We got this. And I'm just like, I am in panic mode. And he took care of everything. And if you need something down in Tennessee, down in Nashville, Chris can make it happen. Good to have you both. When we come here for We Got Your 6 at 6, we put everyone to work. Everyone's got a job, folks. And it's important. And we do have a new spokesperson. Bastian's been with us for a minute. But take time to hear the message. Part of the People's Patriot Project. This is Bastian the Bison.
At the People's Patriot Project, our mission is more than just words. It's a call to action. Each of us bears the vital responsibility to check your 6. We begin this important journey with a moment of self-assessment. Ask yourself, are you truly mission ready? If the answer is no, don't wait in silence. Reach out. Use your skills. Lean into your resources and connect with your network. Whether you turn to a trusted friend, a supportive organization, or dial 988, remember, you must be battle ready to stand strong for the mission ahead. Once you feel equipped, take that next step. Reach out to 6 people in your circle. Check in on them. No agenda, no judgment, just genuine connection. This is how we build strength, shield one another, and serve our communities with pride. Together, we reaffirm our commitment. We got this. Patriot Pride.
All right, the why. We had to develop a message that people understood and that we all can take an active role in stomping or taking care of part of the mission of saving veterans and first responders. I got tired of hearing the message, well, why I could have reached out one more time, or why didn't I reach out one more time, or why didn't I say I love you one more time? And then the one that really gets me upset is, well, why didn't they reach out to me? It doesn't matter at this point. That's why did you not take the next step? And again, not everyone needs to carry the load, but if you want to know how to be part of and to do something, take your phone out, type in, just thinking about you, checking your 6, do one of your dumb veteran military jokes or memes, gifts, and say, hey, dumb face or whatever you do. Well, we know how it is, the military guys and gals. Just checking in on you. If there's 5 people on this panel right now, and we got about 38 people watching the live right now. Just think, I can't do the math, 5, 38, 43 times 6. That's 240 plus people that we just affected their lives and let them know we care. So think about doing that weekly or daily. Just you can be part of the mission. And if you're doing nothing, that's exactly what you're doing is nothing. And so let's not be sad, upset, and hurt when you get the call or something happens and it's like, oh, so check your 6. Sonia Achara, tell us who you are and tell us your mission.
All right. So my name is Sonia Chara. I was in the Marine Corps for 14 years. So I had a lot of ups and downs in the military. One of the biggest things that I feel like affect a lot of military members and veterans is basically we know how to get the mission done and we know how to be successful, functional, even though there might be other things going on underneath. But most of the time, what pays is our relationships back home. And so what I do now is I basically, I do have a community that I've built out here in San Diego. And I'm actually a part of the Fallen Outdoors nonprofit organization. So I host like bonfires, hikes, and kayaking events, just different things to get veterans out of isolation and just doing things outdoors, connecting with other veterans, just to be able to feel seen and heard. And the Identity Recode is actually my program that I created as far as I teach a masterclass on Identity Recode. I also do workshops, and then I also have like a coaching program for Identity Recode. And I've created a whole framework that you're not necessarily creating a whole new identity. You're actually shedding all of the things that you thought were your identity that kind of you were conditioned to believe, like growing up as a child and even through the military as well. And it kind of brings out your true essence and your true identity.
Tell us what was the start of this? What clicked in your brain that said this needed to happen?
So really it was the fact that I had, I was single most of my life when I was in the Marine Corps, and I just didn't think anything of it. I was just like, I did used to think, I was like, well, maybe this was like more of a subconscious thing, but I was like, maybe something's wrong with me. But then I'd be like, no, like, I know my worth. At least I thought I did. But then it really came to my last unit was, I was dealing with a very toxic boss. And at the same time, I was in a relationship that was pretty toxic as well. And so it was really that getting out of the Marine Corps and leaving that relationship at the same time kind of like really blew my mind open. And I was like, probably at the lowest of my lows. And I was like, how did I get myself into this situation and how do I get myself out of it? So it just like blew open. I started asking all the right questions. I started realizing that I still had subconscious patterns that were running my relationships since childhood. And so, we can blame the other person all we want, but a lot of times we have our own subconscious patterns that we haven't even like become aware of. And that's what I had to start to work on. So I just dug really deep and started to work on myself and focus on myself. And in doing that, like my whole life has changed since then. So I just want to be able to help other veterans because I know it's very much needed in this community.
And you also do a podcast, correct?
Yes, I do. I do a podcast. I recently kind of revamped it, and to where now I'm actually trying to interview veterans and first responders and people who have worked with veterans and first responders who have actually been able to overcome their PTSD and kind of pretty much like heal from it. Because for the longest time, I didn't even know that I had PTSD. I was always, just suck it up, suck it up, buttercup. And, I was just always I was in denial for a long time. And then I started to realize like, oh, I actually do have PTSD. And it wasn't really just from the military. It was from childhood.
I'm excited to hear more. Where's your base station? Where's your FOB?
So I'm in San Diego, California. that's where I'm at.
I don't even know how to take that. That's you get sunshine all the time, man. Life's good out there, right?
Yeah, I love it out here. I definitely moved here on purpose because when I got out, I was in Virginia, and I was like, I just need to go somewhere where, you know, like where can I go that has the best energy that I've felt? And so San Diego was what came to mind for me.
How long have you been in San Diego?
I've been here for 2 years now, but before that, I was like back and forth. Like I had been stationed in Oceanside for 3 years while I was in. And then I was also in San Diego for my bachelor's degree. I went to San Diego State University. So I've been back and forth for a long time.
Who was the best football player to ever play for San Diego State?
I don't even know right now. I feel
Christian
like
McCoy.
I kept. Oh,
Christian McCoy. Come on. Best ever.
I kept up with the football team while I was there. Like I went to games and stuff, but I don't really.
That was a few years back. That's
Yeah.
early 90s. So that's probably way past or way before you were even in that space. So thank you for being here, Sonia. Excited to hear more. Excited to hear. It's nice to see, we have a lot of females come on that are part of the mission and want to get the job done. It's always refreshing to see that strong, powerful, just meaningful drive through a female. And I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to hear more. Chris Turner, again.
What's up?
You know how I feel, but I can't let too much out here because it'll just look weird.
First off, Sonia, hoorah, girl. Semper Fi. Good on you. Good on you. You fam.
Marines.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to hear it. There's a family and a brother and a sisterhood there, man, that nobody can explain. I promise you.
It does. There is a piece there, and I get it. I mean, I don't know. I get it because I don't feel the same connection, in my opinion. I feel more attached to Marines than I do Army, to be honest with you, because it just seems like they get it done. Now, I mean, we're not having an IQ test or anything. No offense on you. This ain't directed at you. It's just going after Chris.
I think my songwriting would despite otherwise.
Right.
I'm totally joking. You know that.
I'm just giving you a down
Crayon eaters.
Yeah, I know, right?
Chris, you've been with us. So it's weird interviewing Chris because we know all the ins and outs for the most part, but we need to share the ins and outs for the rest of the world. Chris, tell us who you are, tell us about your service, and tell us what your mission is.
My name is Chris Turner. I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a singer, songwriter, artist. I am a United States Marine. So my mission is, I'm like you mentioned earlier, I'm with a record label called Label 22, and Stephen Cochran founded it, who is a Marine also, and Sal's on it, Sal Gonzalez. And Stephen always had this vision for wanting to start a nonprofit record label in town to where veterans, not just Marines, could have a home in Nashville outside of the uniform to where we could use our mission to do healing and therapy through music. So that's what we do. You know, we operate out of RCA, and we go around. Like I'm going down to Orlando this coming weekend to play for the Center of Internal Trauma. They're doing their national conference down there, so I'm playing their block party, like their after party. And then whenever I get back, our friend Bob Waldrop with Warriors on Mission, I'm going down to Birmingham with his mission, and I'm going to be performing down there for a function that he's got going on. And you know, for me, man, music's always been healing. It's always been therapy for me, and thank God for it, because I don't know that had it not been for music, I don't know where I'd be. I don't even know if I'd be here. It always gave me an outlet, man, because like Sonia was talking earlier, the Marine Corps, if there's one thing that I hate about it, it toughens you up, but they teach you to compartmentalize every single thing. Drive. Don't look back, see the hill, take the damn hill. But what you don't realize is whenever you're 15 years out, that hill that you was taking, that stuff's still there, man. And if you don't process it, trust me, I had it happen back in April. It's like drinking friggin' water from a fire hydrant hose. So it's It's real, man. It's really real. And it doesn't catch you until you get out. And the reason it doesn't catch you until you get out is because when you're in, and you can attest to this, you are 100 miles an hour from the time you get out of boot camp. Well, from the day that you hit the yellow footprints to you leave the Corps, you are 100 miles an hour. And then whenever all the noise stops, that's when everything starts catching up to you. And then you got to figure out how to process it. So for me, it was that way through music. And yeah, so I got some new music coming out. I'm really excited about it. Got some really cool stuff on the horizon, man. It's been good. Been very blessed with it. So yeah, I just keep grinding. And you know me, man. All I do is grind. I grind.
Chris Turner, one of the hardest workers that I know. He's always on the go. He's always making stuff done. He's always helped in miraculous ways with the People's Patriot Project. The very first time we had Chris Turner on the show, it was during the weird time in life, that 2020 time where people thought there was something, and it is what it is. You know, that there was something. There was. But he goes, you guys should come down for this launch I got going on. I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. And we had the chance and we had the resources to do some of the extra traveling at that time. And it ended up being absolutely one of the times of my life. And the reason why is because we got to hang and be around so many players in the network that just get stuff done. Waldrop was there. I can't even remember the list. Partington was there. He has Oscar Mike Radio. So many. Johnny Cole Murdoch was there. Because he just came to watch Chris Turner, and he's now down in Texas. This kept going. We used to have a really cool picture here, but apparently it's been dumped. I got to look in a different studio real quick. Here we go. Look at that.
Yeah.
We probably could get a sharper picture there, but that's what Natalie Nicole Rocco is there. Andrea's there.
Tommy Anderson,
the
That's
movie
right.
star,
Yeah,
was
Tommy
there.
Anderson.
Just an amazing. And we had another artist at the time we did a staycation for we call it recalibration retreat for an artist out of Alabama. Got him kind of wined and dined him and his family coming into Nashville for a minute. And Chris was so gracious to invite him up on the stage after. And we got to listen to the works of Tony Turner at that time as well. And just gosh.
I'm biased. I like this last name, man. That's the reason I like this name.
Well, it is, it is what it is. I get it. It was weird. And I don't just bring it. At the time, we had three Turners we were working with. We had Shad Turner, Chris Turner, and Tony Turner. And it was like me and Andrew talked Turner and what Turner? That Turner. Okay. And we with that. What's crazy is this week we have 3 weeks in a row, we have a Chris on each one of our shows, and none of them are the same Chris. So Andrea's been a little bit of spun up, and who's coming on the show this week? Next week, Chris. And then Chris Turner is from 98, Florida.
6, South Carolina.
Yes. Sorry. But that's in his email.
You just butchered the fool out of that, man. It's
totally
just like
did.
98 in Florida.
The reason why I'm looking at the email addresses, that's the
No,
only
it
reason
sounds
why.
like you're reading the temperature gauge from friggin' Ocala, man.
What is say it again, Chris. Where at?
96, South Carolina.
96. I could have gone with 6'7", and that would have really kind of done what we do.
96, we always got you 6, man.
96, and it's in his email. But then it's USMC. Everyone, the next three guys are all USMC and have a number in their thing. So Andrea's been. I don't know who I'm sending email. That's probably why the link was off. No, it wasn't.
No, that's not what.
We got a broken link out there, but Chris, it is always amazing. Even though I flub things up because I think I know what I'm talking about half the time, we love having you here,
Dude. As many people as you interview, I get y'all. You guys interview, I get it, man. But I do got to say something real quick. I don't know if you saw my Facebook and my Instagram post, but we are #1 in Texas this week.
I saw that.
Yes.
I saw that, and I'm glad you mentioned it. Yeah, I want to talk to you about something else backstage, but it's not a bad thing. Well, your link to your website's not broken on your Facebook page, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
So I just went and checked because I was going to put it up, but I didn't.
Oh, it's broken?
Yeah.
No, I'll be honest with you. I just didn't renew it because all of my traffic is on socials now. So I just, I'm sitting there trying to figure out whether I'm supposed to do like Patreon or what, because the freaking IT world, man, and digital world just freaking changes so much. You don't know who's on first and what's on second.
Where do we send people to see Chris Turner? You want them to go to Spotify?
Instagram, Spotify is where the music's at. Facebook, Instagram,
right, we'll get
Chris
that
Turner
up.
Music. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. What song are we starting with tonight, Chris?
Man, you know what? I think it's only fitting to start with Do It for the Country. I wrote that with my buddy Frankie Courtney whenever I was signed to SB21 with my publishing deal. And I'll tell you the story behind it. He had wrote this song, Do It for the Country, and he brought it to me, and he's like, man, I want you to cut this. I want you to cut it. And I was like, dude, if I cut this song, we got to rewrite it. He said, why? I was like, because if I cut it, it's got to mean something from my life. So we rewrote it in about an hour and kept a lot of what he had. But it is literally my life story in this song. But what's more important than that is in my travels, I met a Gold Star family. And there was a Marine named Rocky Zanowick, who's from up in Ohio. And is it Ohio? Yeah, it's Ohio. Yeah, the Zanowicks are from Ohio. And I found out that he took 2 in the chest when he was in Afghanistan going back out for his team. For another team. His team made it back. There was another team that was out in the firefight, and he got killed. And whenever we did this song, I asked him if I could use his name to be able to, so his memory would live on forever. So when you hear Rocky, think about Rocky Zanowick.
Well, say his name, man. Say his name. Well, we got Chris Turner with Do It for the Country.
Rocky turned 18, he volunteered to be a Marine. He got a set of tags and a rucksack, and they shipped him to the Middle East. 2 tours in the desert sun, man, he's seen a thing or two. When I asked him why he went and risked his life, he said, you do what you gotta do. I did it for the country. I didn't do it for the money. I did it for the hometown crowd, so they can get loud on the weekends when they party. Yeah, I did it for me, did it for you, for the red, the white, and the blue. Yeah, the land of the free. Yeah, I did it for the country. Rocky bought a guitar, man, he learned how to bend them strings. Never thought in a million years he'd play in Nashville, Tennessee. Every night he's in the neon lights, chasing that honky-tonk dream. When I asked him why, he just laughed and smiled, and this is what he said to me. Yeah, I do it for the country. I don't do it for the money. I do it for the Broadway crowd, so they can get loud on the weekend when they party. Yeah, I do it for me. I do it for you, for George Strait and Chris LeDoux, just to hear y'all sing. Hey, yeah, do it for the country. I do it for C-O-U-N-T-R-Y. C-O-U-N-T-R-Y. Let me hear you say C-O-U-N-T-R-Y. One more time, C-O-U-N-T-R-Y. If you do it for the country, you don't do it for the money. For the small town crowds, the loud and the proud, for the ones putting in their 40. Yeah, do it for the country. Don't do it for the money. Crank it up loud for that American crowd. Now come on everybody, yeah, do it for me, do it for you, for the red, the white, and the blue, for the land of the free. Hey, yeah, do it for the country.
That's Chris Turner, Do It for the Country. Chris, who's your musical inspiration?
Man, that's a hard question. I mean, I love anything from Johnny Cash to Elvis to Jason Aldean to Mark Chestnut to Tupac to Biggie. I mean, I just love good music. You know, it's not really any one person for me. Love Keith Whitley. I think the biggest thing for me is like storytelling. I love good storytellers. That's where I draw a lot of my inspiration, and I guess that's the songwriter in me. I just, you know, I'm not much of the big earworm guy, but if I hear a really cool earworm, I'll grab it. But yeah, I love good music, good storytelling music.
And how do you classify your music?
Mine, I mean, I just call it pissed off country music. That's what I call it. I call it three chords in the truth too, man. I mean, I feel like if I haven't lived it, I'm not going to write it, and I'm certainly not going to record it if I haven't lived it. So it's yeah, that's the way I classify it.
We've gotten to the point where we've had to ask that question because there is some music you listen to, and this is an opinion. This is me sitting in this chair saying this is what I hear. And we have some musicians come and say, yeah, I'm country. And I'm like, I chuckle. I'm like, okay, you're country. And again, every artist gets to define stuff. I classify Chris Turner as pure country. And just because I have a relationship with you. I know who you are. I know how you act. I know all the pieces. I know that song coming out of your mouth is about your attitude, your morals, and what you believe in. And I'm not throwing anyone under the bus, but, you know, we've got some artists that come out and say, well, this is country, and it sounds like hip-hop to me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know that there's necessarily a solely country genre anymore because it's all over the place. And you know what? I'm not throwing shade on anybody, man, because they found a niche and they ran with it. But I look at it, and you ask me what inspires me. I think this is it more so than anything. I want to know that whenever I claim my dirt, whatever I cut and whatever I put out is going to be remembered, and it's not just going to be something that's part of the trend at the time. And I think with everything that I've got, you can listen to any song that I've recorded 30 years from now, and it's still going to touch a nerve. That's what I'm after.
And I agree with you. We've got roughly 230 artists on WeP3 Radio. We have, I believe, Chris Turner's the majority of his catalog, and it is. Every time we get to listen to one of my favorite Chris Turners, only in the fact that I feel like it's an anthem. But for the 6 years we've known Chris Turner, I know that everything that he spits is his truth, and that it all comes back, A, to service, B, helping others, C, his country. And let's not take out the fact he has an absolute amazing supporting family. And he's also got family members in the industry as well, doing amazing things as well. So,
checks in the mail, brother. Checks in the mail.
You don't need to check. It's all good, man. You said we run into a lot of people with the amount of interviews. I remember the first 3 years, I was like, me and Andrew could rattle off names of this, and this. And then it just occurred to me, we hit 104 people a year to come onto this show, if not more. And now we've done it for 8 years.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, man.
And
That's
so
awesome.
episode 316 tonight. And it's like sometimes the fog comes in like, did that? I'll tell you right now, I never forget Chris Turner. And again, we've built that relationship. And like I said, when I call Chris, and I also know when he doesn't get back to me, he's busy as hell. But I know I don't want to say I know everyone, and I'm not in everyone's pocket, but I know the whole crew down in Nashville. They're amazing people. Chris has introduced us to studios and the whole thing. It's absolute. We're brothers, man. We're family, and that's the way I've always felt about it. And we always do the apology. It's been too long. It always is too long, but we got to get down there and see Chris.
Well, whenever I first came to town, man, I told myself, I was like, you know what? I'm always going to stick my hand out and try to help somebody on the way up, because whenever I moved here, I didn't know a soul, not one person. Only person I knew was a real estate agent of the place where I was moving into. And then I got out and I started networking, and I met this one that met that one. And then before you know it, it's just one huge circle. And Nashville is a big town, but whenever it comes to the music community, once you're embedded in it, it's a lot smaller than people realize. But that's a good side and a bad side. It's a blessing and a curse, because you get one chance to make a first impression in this town. And if you burn a bridge, it's a hell of a lot harder to rebuild it after you burn it. That's the only downfall to it. So I've always tried to be as nice as I can. And, if somebody needs help or whatever, I introduce them to whoever they need to be introduced to. If I can find a way to help out, whether it's veteran related or military related or music related or whatever, man. It's just who I am.
That is 100% the truth, because I've been in some of the behind the scenes conversations, and I have never heard Chris Turner say a negative thing about another human being in any part of the network. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, Chris, you should be absolutely thoroughly pissed off that you did not get your bite of this. And he chills and keeps going. And again, he's a better person than I am. Class act.
Again, the check's in the mail, bro.
He hasn't met my ex-wife yet.
Oh gosh, Frank. Sonia, you said you saw Sal recently. Where was that at?
Oh yeah, so I was at the Wounded Warrior Gala out here in San Diego pretty recently. I want to say it was like last month. And Sal was actually performing. He kind of told his story on stage, and then he performed a few country songs.
Amazing dude. And again, cool. These Marines, they all getting it done. They all get it.
Sal is one of my closest friends, man. I love Sal. He and I have, oh my God, we have proverbially speaking been to God and back together.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we've just sat down and had those kind of conversations. He's my boy, man. I love Sal.
Sonia.
Yeah.
Tell us how it works. What are you working on? What are you getting done?
So I actually am working on my book. So it's already finished. I'm really just doing the finishing touches, like the cover, the formatting and everything. But this is kind of like the mock-up of what the cover is going to look like, ish. And it's basically called I've Got Me, and it is a nervous system guide, basically, to rewiring survival patterns into secure attachment, and basically coming home to yourself. So it's just learning different tools to regulate your nervous system. I have my Recode framework in there, which is in my Identity Recode program as well. So that's all going to be in the book. And just to kind of go over what the Recode framework is basically anytime you see a subconscious pattern come up, because a lot of these things that we think are our personality are actually subconscious patterns, such as hyper independence, hyper vigilance, overthinking, over explaining ourselves to feel seen. There's a lot of different people. It's a people pleasing pattern. And a lot of these things we obtained in childhood to basically keep connection. And like science basically shows like our bodies, we need connection with people. And so we created these patterns for ourselves because our bodies are intelligent. They adapted. And so what we can do, though, is we can actually rewire those patterns into a secure attachment and kind of actually cut out the overthinking, cut out the people pleasing, the hyper vigilance, the hyper independence, all of these things, even isolating ourselves. That comes from, whatever thoughts we're thinking to keep us in isolation. And it's usually negative thoughts. So part of my framework is basically, so RECODE, I know the military is big with like acronyms. So RECODE is my acronym. R is for recognize, basically noticing the pattern. So first is awareness, becoming aware of the pattern. Then E is for explore, getting curious instead of critical on yourself. Asking, what is my nervous system trying to protect me from right now? And then C is for compassion. This is where most people kind of skip ahead, because even myself, when I was catching myself doing certain things again, I would get frustrated because I'm like, oh, I should be healed by now. But compassion on ourselves is actually how you heal faster when it comes to the nervous system. And then O is for observe. Basically, you're not your pattern. You can start to separate yourself from that pattern. And when you do that, that's when something amazing happens. You're able to actually see it, not judge it, and then make a different choice. And the more times you do that, that's how you actually rewire the pattern. And then just to finish the framework, D is for decide. Like I said, to basically make a different choice. And then E is for embody. So it's not about getting it perfect. It's about it being more gentle on ourselves. Because I know me being a Marine and even just growing up, like I've always constantly beat myself up. I had this perfectionist pattern most of my life. Like I just had to do everything right. I had to be the best. Like even in the Marine Corps, I became one of those females that, I was bodybuilding. Frank had mentioned that before we got on, but I was bodybuilding. I was doing like 20 pull-ups. I was pushing myself above and beyond because I had so much to prove. And so now I've finally gotten myself to a point where it's like, I don't have anything to prove anymore. Like I'm perfect exactly as I am with the flaws. And this is what I feel that we can all get to, is a secure attachment with ourselves. And that's what this framework teaches you to do.
You said that you had this perfectionist. Was that before you got into the Marines, or was that like you did that in high school? You were a perfectionist?
So I was a perfectionist before I got in the Marines, but it was with sports. I was an athlete all my life, and I wasn't very good in school. And so I put my perfectionism into sports. And so I ended up running track for San Diego State University because I pushed myself.
Did the Marines help you with that? I mean, because they kind of are like that, aren't they?
Yeah. So honestly, I feel like the Marine Corps was like kind of like my redemption, because being an athlete was my first, or at least my first identity that was important to me, where I was like, I'm an athlete. But then when I wasn't an athlete anymore, I moved on from being an athlete. I had graduated. I also happened to, my last year there, I was being so hard on myself that I ended up not running the time that I was supposed to run to stay on the team. So I got kicked off my last year, and that devastated me. So for me, the Marine Corps was kind of like a redemption, because when I got into the Marine Corps, I actually was one of the most in shape females at boot camp. So they kind of picked on me a lot because of that, but it pushed me even further.
You led the way. That's why they picked on you. I'm intrigued by this conversation because, and again, it's really hard in our network of people to find the ones that kind of lay down. Now, I know that being in this network for so long, know that that's the ones that we're trying to get to say, hey, you know what? We got to get you off the couch. We got to get you off. We got to get you doing something else. We got to. We know that in the military, young, dumb, and full of rum, literally. We're putting 17-year-olds to 22-year-olds into billets with each other and having them make grown-ass adult decisions when they've never done any of that. But then they've got someone over the top of them telling them, you know what, shine your boots. Well, they don't do that in the Army anymore. Do the Marines have to shine boots anymore?
Not anymore.
No, it's all the desert stuff, isn't it? It's
Welcome to the new Corps.
Yeah. I just keep thinking, I'm totally changing the subject. I wonder how much more I could have got done in life if I wasn't shining boots and shoes. I think we could have got a lot more done back in the 80s, but whatever. Back to the conversation, I'm intrigued only in the fact that what ends up being the disconnect, and I know there's not an authority, there's not a ritual, there's not a regimen, there's not and people just struggle, and there's no training coming out of the mill. They'll say there's training, but they don't. First, the people doing the training are the ones that have not been out, so they really don't know what to train for. B, no young buck who's put their 4 years in, 6 years, I'll even say 10 years, wants to sit in another briefing or class telling you what the rest of your life's going to look like. It's not, where's the next beer? Where's the next, firework I can shoot at my buddy? Or what mop bucket can I run down the middle of the aisle jousting with a mop? I mean, that's what they do. Or jumping off buildings. They do the young and dumb. That's what they do. So I'm intrigued by all this because we've got 5 people here that pretty much know this is going to hit you in the face. But how can we get that message to these young men and women prior to exit that gets them focused? I mean, I think we save some people if we can figure out a focus before they leave the military. And I'm just throwing that out there for anyone to put an input on that.
You got to vote. Because the only way that's going to happen is if you change Congress. Because it's going to be issued down from Congress and State Department on what the exit strategy is for anybody coming out of the military. Sucks, but it's true.
It definitely takes a lot more time than, they do like a 1 week TRS course in the Marine Corps, but it's going to take like some deprogramming and
Well, it's almost like, and I know it's not going to happen by this conversation, but it's almost like through the process, while you are training to be a service member, I like using the word soldier, but I know that doesn't fit everyone, so it is what it is. But being a service member, there's no lesson to teach you to be part of real life. And I think that's one of the biggest frustrations is once all of a sudden you're out, and I'm like, there's a dumbass, there's a dumbass, there's a dumbass, there's a dumbass, there's a dumbass I don't get to do. And then service members pull back. And they're like, you know what? I'd rather sit in my house. And now you've got all the Instacarts, all the Grub Club, Hub, Jubs, all that. You don't even need to leave your house to feed yourself anymore. And I know that feeling. I'd rather sit at home and not deal with, especially any Walmart in this country. I would rather sit at home than go to any Walmart. That's any time of day. Do not want to go to a Walmart, period. Sorry, Walmart. It has nothing to do with you guys. It has to do with the people that come and visit you. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, it has everything to do with Walmart because leadership reflects example, right? It has everything to do with Walmart.
They don't get to decide who's walking up and down their aisles, though.
No. Yeah, true. They don't get to choose their patrons. You're right. I thought you were talking about employees. My bad.
No. I'm talking about the people in Walmart, not the Walmart employees.
Well, I am.
And again,
so.
And you got, it's a significantly unskilled labor group that are trying to run a business in there as well. And the uppers don't care what the lowers are doing. That's reality.
Well, case
Did
in
your
point, man.
Walmart-
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Did your Walmart go to self-checkout?
Mostly.
They don't around here. They got very few tellers anymore, and they got all these people standing around self-checkout. They'll have like 8 people standing there pointing to a place that's open. And I stopped one of them once, and I said, "Well, how do you like this job?" "Oh, it's great." And I said, "How long do you think Walmart's going to keep you on to point at something instead of doing something?" I said, "You guys are working yourself right out of the job."
Chris, what'd you have to say, brother?
No, I was gonna say case in point, man. When I got out, I hadn't been out maybe 2 or 3 months, and I needed some cash, right? So I went to work at Home Depot on 3rd shift, and I was stocking shelves. And I came around the corner, and a guy who was in my department was freaking laid up against the toilet, sleeping, and I lit him up like a freaking damn, like a brand new recruit, man. And I thought I was gonna get fired. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, it took me, and Sonya can probably attest to this, it takes a good 18 months with no more than what our separation period is, 18 months to 24 months just to kind of adapt to civilian society because nobody can relate to it. You know, I mean, and then we come out and we expect everything to be done in a timely manner and how it's supposed to be done. But when you get out, you just like, oh shit, there's nothing I can do about it anymore. All I can do is just sit back and take it. It's a huge adjustment. It's a huge adjustment.
I've been out for about 20 years, and I'm still not adjusted to the. I'm not. I'll be.
Oh, I still see Corporal Turner pop up every once in a while. Trust me. Oh yeah. Had it happen about 2 weeks ago, man. When I was on the road doing a show, and my guys was just friggin' lollygagging. I was just like, "Hey, we got to work. We got to work." And then I had to get a little irate and stuff started working. So, but yeah.
You still working with the same crew?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. My guys, we've been together for about 8 or 9 years. But,
shout-out?
it's easy to get laid back. And at the end of the day, whenever I'm on the job site, I'm like, we all buddies and we're friends. But at the end of the day, I'm still your employer and we got to work. I'm writing the checks. You know what I mean? And they don't, if they're loading gear, I'm loading it with them. If they're loading out, I'm loading out with them. I mean, that's just the way I roll. I'm not going to ask them to do something I wouldn't do myself.
That's the truth. That's the truth. I watched it. I helped load in, load out too.
Yeah, you did.
What are you working on now, Chris?
Oh man, I got a new record coming out this fall called Who I Am. And as I think I've told you before, everything on my albums, I try to do it like a book. So every song is another chapter. And this record is completely different than anything in the past, sound-wise. I wanted to go in with I wanted it to be raw with just me and my band and not hire session players or anything. So we sat out here in the war room where I'm at right now, and we rehearsed for like 2 weeks straight to where we could go in and just nail the cuts. And it's really great music, man. I'm really excited about it because it's, like I said, it's honest and it's raw. So I got that coming out. We hit #1 in Texas with a song called Pretty Face that Anthony Price is my co-writer from Texarkana. He put it out to radio, and we hit #1 this week in Texas. And oddly enough, I did a cut of it, but he did more of a Texas swing cut, and mine's just pissed off rock and roll. So it's gonna be kind of ironic to put them side by side, to where one's just like a storytelling song, and mine's just like, you know what, let's go.
What's the name of your new album?
Who I Am. So, yeah, I'm excited about it because I got some cuts on there with my buddy Parker Diffie. Some stuff I've been sitting on, some sleeper songs that, we played live, but I've never cut and released. So it's going to be really cool. I'm excited about it.
If you could play and do a collab with anyone in the world, who would it be?
Anybody in the world?
Yeah.
Man, that's a loaded question, but I got to say George Strait, man. He's the king, man. That's where it started.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Even though my sound and his sound does not match, but I mean, there's a lot of influence there from his storytelling. But Dead or Alive, I'd probably love to collaborate with Johnny Cash.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think my brand and who he is, I think it molds really well together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure just reading the notes here real quick. Sorry for the dead air. I was reading Sonya's. Sonya, do what you gotta do. We're gonna Chris Turner, what is the next song you'd like to roll with?
Which other tune did I send you? I want to save Waffle House for last, so we'll do the middle one.
The anthem for last.
Yeah.
Oh boy, like that.
Then we've got Cowboy Like That.
Oh yeah, Sonya. I gotta say, it's really cool how you said redemption, and Mark was like, Marines do it different. I think the reason our brotherhood and sisterhood is so tight is because we are the smallest branch in the Department of Defense, and I think the reason people join the Marine Corps is because somewhere along the way, somebody pissed us off and we had a point to prove, like you did with San Diego State. I did it because I just had a point to prove to my dad. And I think with us being so small, I mean, shoot, I was deployed and I ran into a guy I went to high school with. Halfway across the world. So, I mean, the Corps is small, just like the music business. So, I think that's where the redemption thing comes from. Is like we at the time, it's a knee-jerk reaction. It's like, well, piss on it. I'll join the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you join the Marine Corps and it's just like, oh my God, what just happened?
Yeah.
Especially when you got Smokey Bear poking you in your forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about Cowboy Like That, Chris.
So Cowboy Like That, going back to 2020, me and my buddy Jamie Adamson wrote this song, and we were actually in his lobby at his apartment building in Bellevue. And we were sitting there, and I was talking to him. I was like, man, I've had this idea. I want to write a song that's full of metaphors. And we started talking because it was ironic because it was right after COVID. Like, man, did you notice how everybody came out of COVID with a cowboy hat and a mullet and a world championship belt riding buckle? And he said, yeah. It was like, I ran into a guy that's actually from Orange County, California, who whenever I met him at Bold Patriot. He was clean cut, lived in Orange County, in a subdivision and Carhartt pants and all this stuff, construction worker. I was like, cool with that. After COVID, he had a belt buckle, a mullet, a cowboy hat, and a world champion belt buckle. And I looked at him and I was like, man, I thought we were shut down. When did you have the opportunity to win a damn world championship bull riding belt buckle? And I was telling Jamie this story, and he's like, man, you know what? They just don't make cowboys the way they used to. I was like, you know what? On the 8th day, God made a pair of boots and a Stetson hat for a cowboy like that. And that's where this song came from. It's essentially poking fun at all the guys with all hat and no cattle.
I'm from Wyoming, so this has got a little bit of a note to me. One of the things I see is when you see one of those cowboys with the spray painted sweat ring around the top, absolutely drives me freaking nuts.
Yep.
I'm just like, and then they got the cowboy up on the back of their truck. I'm like, okay, we done. We gotta.
And man, I lived that life. I grew up on a 400-acre working cattle farm. I used to vaccinate cows and stretch barbed wire and sling square bales. I did all that. I don't wear a cowboy hat. I don't feel like I need to. If you've lived it, you lived it, and you ain't got nothing else to prove.
This is Chris Turner, Cowboy Like That.
Never found a bush he would beat around, 'cause word travels fast in a real small town. Sticks and stones, always gonna break your bones. He couldn't be shy, he had to speak on up. He had some thick ass skin, his nickname was Tough. Pretty strong chin, soft heart made out of stone. Ain't been a line drawn in the sand that he ain't crossed. Remember those hard-working, get-her-done cowboys, a little rough around the edges, never really had a choice. Good at letting the hard times roll right off of their backs. Had to give it their all, always gave a little more, showed the devil his place when he was showing him the door. And on the 8th day, God made a pair of boots and a Stetson hat for a cowboy like that. Never felt an itch that he couldn't scratch, 'cause he always had a buddy that had his back. I'd hate to be the man that ever tries to cross his path. You're gonna have to hold your horses if he's letting his run. Remember those hard-working, get-her-done cowboys, a little rough around the edges, never really had a choice. Good at letting the hard times roll right off of their backs. Had to give it their all, they always gave a little more, showed the devil his place as he was showing him the door. And on the 8th day, God made a pair of boots and a Stetson hat for a cowboy like that. He ain't afraid to fight, ain't ashamed to stand for the judge who rights the wrongs of man. Remember that John Wayne kind of get-her-done cowboy, a little rough around the edges, never really had a choice. Good at letting the hard times roll right off of his back. Had to give it their all, always gave a little more, showed the devil his place when he was showing him the door. And on the 8th day, God made a pair of boots and a Stetson hat. Yeah, on the 8th day, God made a pair of boots and a Stetson hat. And a cowboy like that. Boy like that.
That's Chris Turner, Cowboy Like That.
That's country music, by God. That's what that is.
I'm sitting there thinking about driving down the streets of Cody, Wyoming, as the sun is setting and the rodeo grounds is out on the west side of town there. I needed that today, dude. I needed
Hey,
that.
funny thing, man, is that song was put on hold with Taylor Sheridan and the Yellowstone crew. So it's in the Yellowstone universe with like all of the Taylor Sheridan spinoffs and all that stuff like Dutton Ranch. So whether or not it'll get picked up, I have no clue, but it's really cool to be considered, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, but yeah, I love that song. I think it's probably one of the best songs I ever wrote because it's truth, man. 3 chords and the truth, brother.
I have some arguments. I do have some arguments, but for different reasons, and it is what it is. And I love the song, but I do think you have other songs that I think are amazing, but they fit different niches. Like
exactly,
they fit different niches, and so I think, and that's the weird part about music, is I think an artist can have more than one great song because of this is my best song in this category. This is my best song in this category.
that's what I love about what I do, man. I can make you cry in the car. I can make you drink yourself to death, and then I can make you beat the piss out of somebody. That's the reason I love my music.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Frank the Myth.
Yeah.
The man with the bird on his head. Tell us what you got for the news, brother.
All right. Let's see what we got this week. My voice might be a little off, but we'll get through it. The first one we picked up, this was interesting. The Cheyenne VA. There was an individual there who worked with veterans, of course. He's a peer specialist. And they were finding shelter for homeless veterans. And what he realized was that there was something missing. And when they found shelter for these homeless veterans, they were put into an apartment or something, and there was nothing there. I mean, there was no items to help them cope with that first night in the new place, and it was kind of just like being homeless because they had nothing for them. So he put together this program where they built kits, move-in kits, and it started in 2025, and they built 10 of these kits, and it provides things like something simple as a shower curtain and bags of groceries and toilet paper, which aren't provided in apartments. And they provided this to, the first one was 10, and they did that by $1,000 grant. And now they're working to do more of them. And, it makes you wonder if something like this is happening out in Cheyenne, why isn't it like a national thing? Why, when we find this stuff, is it in one place? Because this is coming off the VA News website. You would think that there would be something in this article that said, oh yeah, and by the way, the VA is going to incorporate this across the country. But I didn't find that. So hopefully this idea will spread and we'll be able to make the homeless veterans a little bit more comfortable when they find housing for them. Let's see. The next one we have, this is something that I thought would be really helpful, and I didn't know it. There was something called the Compact Act that came out, and it allows veterans to be seen at local hospitals and emergency rooms without having to worry about cost. So there was an agreement between the VA and civilian hospitals, and it was brought about by Congress, where people who have they're fighting demons and they need help, they can just go into an emergency room and identify the fact that they're a veteran, and they'll be provided emergency help and follow-up help to try to avert suicide. And they've reached over 50,000 veterans and helped them with this program. But even in the article, it says that the problem with the program is not enough veterans know about it. And again, why not? Why are we not pushing this, and everybody pushing this? And we talk about trying to fight suicide, and there's a program like this, and 50,000 should probably be 500,000. And hopefully, when stuff like this gets out on our program and other programs, it can help more people, and we can make a really positive movement with helping our troubled brothers and sisters. And the last one is the VA is looking to fill more positions for pharmacy technicians. And they're making programs available for veterans through the VA to try to fill jobs as pharmacists. And they're working on mail order systems for medications. They've been doing this for years, and they need to have more pharmacy help. So if you're a veteran looking to transition and you're interested in doing something like this, you should contact the VA before you transition and set up your program to get this done. There's education debt reduction programs, there's public service loan forgiveness programs, and there's student loan repayment programs to assist in the cost of becoming a technician. And then the last thing we have, this we always do. I can't believe this happened. And this one is one for the books. So it would seem that the circus is not the safest place to be when it comes to a job, because in New York, a circus performer was accidentally shot in the neck by an arrow during a performance. And it's a couple. So, you know, when something happens to somebody, the first person that's thought of is the significant other, or, well, this is the perfect one, because this guy got shot in the neck with an arrow. And I don't know, you know, I've been around circuses before, but I never seen nobody shot with an arrow. I just seen big elephants and big shovels. That's all we got for today, brother.
I was looking for some, like, not footage, but I was looking for pictures to see if that, like, if they had them. But I didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure that somebody had their phone out.
It's somewhere. That's the next look. That's going to be my next thing. Yes, and Frank has got a book up, Author of the Year nomination. Make sure we'll also put the link into the chattered box here. Make sure you get out there, vote for Frank. This will be I think he said it's going to be a one-time. It's close. Go check him out, man. Frank has won several awards for his work, and we appreciate having him here and doing our news on the weekly.
Yeah, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of veterans writing books. People don't know because we don't get the visibility. I mean, there's people like Taylor Swift that'll do a coffee book with pictures on her tour and sell 1 million copies. There's veterans out there, a lot of them writing factual books that pouring out their heart in their book and get very little visibility. So this is really important to me, not because if I'm fortunate enough to win this, and I'd be the first veteran for this organization to win it, my plan is anywhere I go to bring another veteran author with me. I'll never do a book signing again without having another veteran with me. And if the place doing the signing doesn't like it, they can kiss my backside.
Pelican.
Yeah.
Kiss your pelican. But that argument you just created, Frank, is the exact same argument Chris Turner can say. Taylor Swift gets to put a song out there. She doesn't do any of the writing. She doesn't do any of the pieces of it. Now, Taylor's done a lot of writing, so I'm not going to take away what she's done. But then you got these amazing Chris Turners out there that have great I literally looked at Chris Turner in his face and then said, why isn't your stuff on the radio, man? And we've had that conversation a billion times. And it's like, because they are industry. They're not even standards. They are. If the name's at the top of the list, they're going to get to go through the buffet first. That's the reality. And we got to get that switched up. We got to get more people log into Frank the Myth, get him in the author of the year, start downloading and listening to Chris Turner, get him out there in the year. And we're going to get Sonia out there too. Selfish. I mean, she got to go. I'm sure the podcast is great, but we're here on Sundays every week at 1800 Central Standard Time. But we can share. I do, Sonia, have this question because there are so many podcasts out there. And for the record, we did not want to create a podcast at all with the People's Patriot Project. That was not even, we were under operation for 2 years before. And then that stupid little thing that went through was what kind of pushed us into the podcast world. Me and Andrea are both school teachers, and we were basically podcasting every day anyway, doing Zooms with our kids. And so I'm like, yeah, let's see what this looks like. And then I love it for the fact of the relationships we created. I can tell you right now, there is no one in the country or the world that has as much veteran and first responder music content in their relationship. There's no one else. I guarantee it. We got names that no one's ever even heard of, which is sad because they all need to be heard. And the amazing relationships we built with Label 22 and those guys down there. There's several other groups, but I'm not gonna pitch them tonight because we're here to pitch Chris Turner and Label 22 and Stephen Cochran and Brian Romans. Keep Brian Romans in your thought. He'd hate that I'm saying this, but he's gone through a little bit of thing for a minute and just needs a little bit of thoughts. And if you know the guy, reach out to him, say hi. Sonia. I got your mic here.
Oh, yes.
What's the vision? Where are you going to go? What are we going to get done? Is there a finish line?
So I've learned to just kind of stay open and not try and force anything, because that's when things kind of get blocked off. But as soon as I start to kind of let go and just let where it's meant to go, that's when things start working out for me. So I feel like the authorship thing is big right now, because I submitted my book, this book that I'm about to self-publish. I submitted it to a contest back in March for Hay House, which is actually the biggest self-help company, publishing company in the world right now. And they recognized my book. I didn't win the contest then, but they recognized it. I was the first honorable mention. And so their advice when I spoke to them was to self-publish, to kind of help get the book out there already, which is what I'm doing this month. And then I'm going to submit again in January. And I truly believe that, this book can become a bestseller. And I also have more books coming down the line. Like, it's almost like they could just keep downloading. They keep downloading. So I'm going to keep writing for sure. And I see myself just being able to help a lot of veterans and first responders. And honestly, I don't even have I used to kind of chase the followers and all those things, but I don't do that anymore. As long as it's helping whoever it's meant to help, then I'm doing my job. And, and just that recognition from Hay House kind of showed me that I was moving in the right direction.
Well, and I'm not going to speak for anyone, and I'm confident Frank will say he doesn't know everything, but I also know that he's got a lot of knowledge under his belt and where he's been. And not that I would put his services out there, me personally, but you guys do have each other's contact information now, so use that as a resource if you want to. And I don't think Frank would have zero problems.
I'd be happy to help, and I got some ideas for you too.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Definitely reach out. I do like that you had me and Chris on here at the same time. It feels like synchronistic because I feel like part of coming into your true identity and your true essence is doing the things that you're passionate about, which music is one of those things. So that's awesome.
That is a super proud papa moment, because that's why we've set the format up the way we did. And we don't screen. I mean, we screen to see that the people we brought on are service members and have done the thing. But there was no time where I said, oh, we should partner Chris Turner up with Sonia. That's never was a thought. But the amount of times that we've done this and there's been connections during the show is just like, it's my ghee. It's like, oh my gosh, we were able to do it again. But here's the deal. As much traveling and moving around that we've done and as many hands and hugs we've handed out, I've never walked into a room anywhere in this country where we've had a service member and first responders in the space, knowing that we're in the mission together, that I've felt lonely, or that there wasn't a conversation to be had, or that there was like, there's not even any animosity, and there shouldn't be. We do run into those that want to hold their baby tight to their chest, which if it's a real baby, I understand that. But we really are pushing hard to collaborate, because the more that we can work together, the more we can get done. And I really full-heartedly believe that. And I want to make sure that it's all out there. And I'm gonna give props to Willis with Tip of the Spear, because he does an absolutely fabulous, amazing job. We're in a thread with him. This is how we got Sonia, just in that relationship. So Willis has done an absolutely fabulous job. And I can say he's better in that space than I am, because we don't have time to slow down. And that's an excuse. Maybe that's not an excuse, but I know I can contact Willis at any time and say, hey, brother, what can we do? And he does. So he has a podcast right after our podcast on Sunday nights. And so he doesn't get to be, we've had the conversations. Can we do this together? And he's not willing to let go and budge. I'm not willing to let go and budge at this time. Doesn't mean that's not going to happen in the future, but I think, and the reason, one of the things is because we believe this is like a tackle box experience. A different bait, a different lure catches everything and catches different fish. And we're here to catch them all. And, you know, if not collaborating necessarily in that network, and that is, I see that as a value. So, Sonia, we're excited for you. We don't want you to go anywhere. We want to make sure you stay close, and we can keep an eye. That's weird. Keep an eye on you. See what you're doing. I'm not doing any better yet, am I? We love what you're doing, and we want to help support all the things you're doing, kiddo.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Chris Turner, you kind of went not off the script, but you kind of already done what's the next and all that. What's the vision for Chris Turner? Oh, we got Mike. Boom. Sorry, buddy. All right, start again.
Oh, my vision, man, is just keep marching and keep going. You know, the more people I can hit with my music, the better I am, you know, and it's really cool. I had a guy from Alaska hit me up the other day that I played a show with, and he's like, man, I had this fella come up to me and asked me if I'd heard this song called All in the Same Boat. And I was like, yeah, I know that guy. So, you know, I sit there and I look at my metrics on Spotify, man. I'm in like 8 different countries, and it's really cool, you know, just to see that people are actually gravitating towards the music, you know what I mean? And I've met a lot of really cool people, and I can be honest, man, if it all ended tomorrow, I can't say that I've ever felt this way, but I have here recently. If it ended tomorrow, I've done some really cool stuff, man. I'm cool with it. But as long as there's a guitar, and as long as there's a guitar in the corner, and there's lyric in my blood, and there's a stage for me to burn down, I'm on it. You know, I mean, I'm going to be running as long as people continue to show up for me. So, and Sony, I want to tell you something. What you're doing, girl, is great work. I've been in therapy for 2 years, and I know exactly what you're talking about. and it works. So you keep trucking and you keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're exactly right. If you can't have compassion with yourself to heal, that's where it starts first. Something that it took me a long time to learn. So yeah, that's where I'm headed, man. I'm just gonna keep doing me, and if you like it, listen. If you don't, I'm gonna do it anyway, so it ain't gonna matter regardless.
What you just brought up, Chris, is it goes back to, and I'm not trying to bring light to, but the conversation about Basti and the Bison. He says you got to be, if you want to be battle ready, you got to take care of yourself, man. Bottom line.
Oh yeah.
Bottom line.
And that's something I've learned, man. I've always tried to take care of the entire world, but I realized that, like, how can I take care of the world if I can't take care of myself? That was probably the biggest lesson I've learned over the past 6 months. Because I've been trying to take care of everybody else but myself. But I'm good now, man. And, you know, it took a long time to get here. It really has, probably a decade. I mean, I've been sober for 120 days now. And I feel freaking amazing. I'm living my best life. My creative flow and what I'm doing is just like, I've completely hit a completely different level because of the therapy and because of the sobriety and everything that I'm doing, man. So I'm in a really good spot. And all I can say is, y'all better watch the hell out because I'm fixing to give you something you ain't ever seen before.
I love it. That's actually what happens. Like when you clear all that shit that's stuck in your body.
Yep.
Like your creativity goes off the walls. You're not in survival mode anymore, fight or flight. And so
my songwriting is freaking ridiculous right now. Just because I'm not waking up with the fog anymore, man. It's just like it's insane. So yay me! Yay me!
Yeah.
Get it, dog.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I never was a writer, but in the last 2 years and being able to like do this inner work, and it did start with therapy at first, and then I went into this other stuff, like really digging into my subconscious patterns. And I know some therapists do that. But yeah, I could just write books now. I could write essays for my school. I'm going to school now too for my master's degree, so it just flows now.
That's awesome. And speaking of that, this will be my last plug, okay? So I got a good friend of mine who's a UFC fighter, Randy Couture, and he hit me. I went to a fight that he was calling about 2 years ago, the PFL, and he looked at me. He's like, "Brother, you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." He's like, "No, you're not." And then we had a conversation, and then that's when he told me, he's like, "I'm going to give you the number to my personal therapist, and the foundation's going to pay for it." So he's got this thing called the Extreme Couture GI Foundation, and he has paid for my therapy for the past 2 years. Speaking of, the reason I bring this up is because we're trying to get together an event for him on the Marine Corps birthday, November 10th, here in Nashville at the Palace. So if you guys want to come down, it'd be great to have you. So I actually saw Randy last night. I'm actually fixing to go meet him now so we can work out some particulars on it. So, yeah, it's real, man. And that foundation, not only am I a spokesperson, I'm a client. So, but it's really cool.
Do you have a date for that event, Chris?
November 10, man. The 251st anniversary of the United States Marine Corps. Hoorah.
Hoorah.
And I picked that day, man, because, you know, we're going to be so busy with Label 22 on Veterans Day downtown because we're doing like a Veteran Day takeover downtown like we did last year. I wanted to do something that was separate from that to where it didn't get caught so much in the minutia of what we had going on for Veterans Day. But it's going to be like a whole... I'm trying to plan it to where it's going to be like a 2 or 3 day event, but not just my event, but I've got another friend of mine who's working on like a cooking, some kind of cooking thing with Chef Kevin D or something like that. So to add him into it. So, I mean, Randy even had said it last night. He's like, "Man, if I'm here, let's do a 2 or 3 day build up to it to where I can do multiple appearances and raise as much money as we can for the foundation." I was like, I'm down with that. So, yeah.
We're going to get more details from you, brother.
Yeah, November 10th. I mean, it's still in the infantile stages of it, but it looks like it's going to go because I've made some phone calls and I've got 4 Branches Bourbon offered to donate all the whiskey to where that's all that's on the well that night to where all the drinks that are served, all the money goes to the foundation. So I've got some people that's already committed to it. So it looks like it's going to be a go, but I've still got some more details I got to work out.
November 10th. Keep us I'll be combing your socials, but let's make sure we are promoting this event as well. So
You got my number, dude. You and Andrea both. You know what's up.
I got it. So I know what's coming up next, and this I don't know why this one. It's like it's not necessarily the lyrics, but the lyrics are endearing in a very fun way.
It's the storyline, man, especially the story behind the song.
But the song just drives, and it's like it hits you hard right off the bat, and it just grows and goes. Tell us about it, Chris.
So what's funny, man, is I wrote that song probably 12 years ago and cut it about 10 years ago. But I always close my show with it, and it's funny because now I hear bands sound checking with it, and I hear people singing the lyrics back to me. So it's got a cult-like following. It really does. It's really cool. So here's the story real quick. Anytime that we get done playing a show at night, whenever we're on the road, it's 2-3 o'clock in the morning after we load out, and the only place open is Waffle House. So we were in Simpsonville, South Carolina, and we went to this Waffle House, and we parked, and I looked down, and there was this guy standing there with a fireman pager, high water jeans, a flip phone beside an 85 Toyota Corolla. And this is 2012, mind you. iPhones are out. There's newer cars. And I looked at my drummer, and I was like, that's different. He said, yeah, that's different. So we walked in and we sat down at the bar stools at the bar to order food. And then we heard the little doorbell jingle, and he walked in and sat in his corner booth, and we're sitting there and we're talking. And then again, about 5 minutes later, the doorbell jingled, and I kid you not, it looked like two women who walked out of some friggin' Victoria's Secret magazine walked in and sat in this corner booth with this dude, man, who's just like mediocre Joe Schmo, probably nothing wrong with it, lives in a single wide in Waterloo, South Carolina. You know what I mean? And they start making out with each other. And I looked at my guitar player and my drummer. I said, that song is wrote when we get back to Nashville. And that's where the idea from the song came out. And it's really cool, man, because it gives anybody who's just down on their luck, it gives them hope, man. And to add to it, man, Uncle Si from Duck Dynasty heard it, and I was with him a couple weeks ago, a couple years ago, right before he got sick. And I'd done a couple shows with him on it, doing personal appearances. And whenever I went down there, we went to his house, and he's like, pull the guitars out, man. I want to hear that Waffle House song. I was like, all right, dude, you got it. So he's pretty fond of it, too. So, Uncle Si, you're welcome, brother.
This is Chris Turner. Take you out.
Top and Daisy Dukes hit me like a shot of 100 proof. A little comfort to ease my mind. She's slinging drinks, she's doing time. Working hard, making that money. Put your number on my last 20. Hey girl, when you get off tonight, let's throw back a couple natties in my double wide. I got a big screen TV, a DVR full of Duck Dynasty. So climb on into my Chevy, love. Baby, I'm the man that you've been dreaming of. We'll crank some Hank until the beer runs out. Then I'm gonna take you out to Waffle House. Something told me she's into me. I bought a drink, she brought me 3. Let her hair down, leaned in low, whispered to me soft and slow. My double shift is almost over. Asked me if I'd like to get to know her. Thinking, hey girl, when you get off tonight, let's throw back a couple natties in my double wide. I got a big screen TV, a DVR full of Duck Dynasty. So climb on into my Chevy, love. Baby, I'm the man that you've been dreaming of. We'll crank some Hank until the beer runs out. Then I'm gonna take you out to Waffle House. gotta get me some. Hey girl, when you get off tonight, let's throw back a couple natties in my double wide. I got a big screen, TV, a DVR full of Duck Dynasty. So climb on into my Chevy love, baby, I'm the man that you've been dreaming of. We'll crank some Hank until the beer runs out, then I'll treat you to a title at the Waffle House. Oh yeah. That's right.
That is Chris Turner and Take Me Out, Waffle House.
Dude, there was a lot less gray in that picture, and I have not seen that shirt in a minute. This right here, man, is road wisdom. That's what I tell everybody. It's like, man, that's road wisdom right there.
Scattered, smothered, and covered. I got to hang with brother. It's been a couple years now, but we hit the Waffle House afterwards. I think I had scattered, smothered, covered, dumpster, fryer, garbage can. We tried to create the whole thing. It was amazing.
And you know, the funny thing is I reached out to Waffle House about trying to film the video there, and they wouldn't. Now, I mean, being younger, I didn't know it, but you can't trademark. It's not trademark infringement if you use it in a song.
Sure.
That's the reason it's called Take You Out and not Waffle House.
Right.
That's the reason it's in parentheses. But they didn't want no part of it. And I was like, all right, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll do it anyway. I'll just change the title of the song, and it's really cool, man, because it lives on.
I'm going to be so. Chris is a big deal. This is what real country is. He's the dude. I played the same stage as he did. I mean, I didn't really play, but when Chris helped us put together the WP3 Nashville Takeover, that's the Tin Roof that he's playing that video in. And we hosted, I think that night was 12 veteran musicians down there at that night. And that was all because Chris Turner, man, made it work, made it happen. I'd like to say we played it, so we played it.
Yeah, we just playing a little part, man, on y'all's bigger mission, and our bigger mission, actually.
I like that. Love it.
Ain't no I in team, but dadgummit, there's an M and an E. Trust me.
There is. Well, we're at that point again. Absolutely proud Papa moments, and again, great connections and building the network, the people, and all the ones that are getting the job done. It's time for our final thoughts, and we usually let Frank start this off. We'll just do the clockwise on it. Frank, Sonia, Andrea, Chris, and then myself will bring it all home. Go ahead, Frank.
Well, I don't know if anybody besides Mark and Andrea know this, but I lost a family member this Thursday, and it was my youngest niece, not even 29 years old, and I'm going out this week to be with my sister and her family and try to make some sense out of what happened and help them try to move on and find other things to focus on. But you really can't. You can't focus on anything. And I can't focus on anything right now. And I apologize if this was not one of my normal endings to shows. But losing people is something that comes when you get older. And I've watched so many people that I've loved and cared for pass before me, and they call getting older the golden years. You know, this gold is tarnished. And I live my best life and keep moving forward, but there's times like this when things just don't make sense. And God bless all of our veterans and first responders and those still serving our country and the armed forces. Be good, folks.
Thank you, Frank, and we are with you, brother.
Yeah, definitely, Frank. Sending, like I said in the chat, I was sending love to you and your family during this time, because that's definitely something hard to go through, especially somebody so young. So I guess my last words for this would be, look out for the book. I'm going to be having, it's going to be on my Amazon, but I'll have it on my website as well. So SoniaAchara.com. I also put on my social media, I'm always putting little nuggets and gems out on my social media, which is Instagram and TikTok is @RememberWhoYouAre222. And then my Facebook under Sonia Achara. So you can find me on all the platforms basically, and see all the free content that I put out there on, how to basically go through this process of finding out your patterns, rewiring your patterns, and just coming into more wholeness with yourself so that you can create from a place of regulation versus survival. So, and my last word would be that you are more powerful than you think you are. So we are more powerful than we've been led to believe. It's all in the mind, and how we actually, once we change the way we think about ourselves, we start to see the whole world change. So
thank you for being here, Sonia.
Thank you for having me.
Miss Aikman.
Yeah, just a lot of things tonight. I want to thank you both very much for being here tonight and for sharing just this reaffirmation of caring for yourself, and that's where it has to start. And then loving the person that you are, not the person you're trying to be, not the person you were or thought you were or others think you are. That just puts everything in perspective and in place if we could all get to that point. So thank you for sharing the recode to terms, the subconscious patterns and the secure attachments. Those are so powerful. I'm going to learn more. I'll be watching, following, and checking things out and reading, just because I think everybody can use that parts and pieces. It's a great way to put things together. It just is very cool. Chris, I can't say it 8 million times. It's been too long, and it can't keep being this long. So November sounds like a great time to come down, if not sooner. We're here. I mean, we're always watching. Probably don't check in as often as I should, but I am always watching and cheering and hoping for all the best for you and yours. It's been great to see you again. Frank, Godspeed and lots of care to you. Thanks, Chris. We're here for you too, as well, Frank. So please take care. And thank you for being part of us.
Mr. Turner.
Come here. So we are exactly where we're supposed to be. And I'm just going to end this with this, man. Don't quit. Keep driving and love yourself. That's it. Life sucks. But you know what? There's community out there to support you. So don't quit. Keep fighting. Frank, we got you, brother, in our hearts and our prayers, man. Death is really hard to deal with, especially when it hits close to home. We love you, man. We'll be thinking for you. We'll be thinking of you.
Oh, it doesn't ever get any better than this, minus the stuff that sometimes we have to deal with in life. But we get to come here and celebrate every Sunday. There are veterans, there are first responders that are getting it done, and they are making a difference. And we are celebrating that every piece of the way. I don't even know that I've listened to the news for the last 3 weeks, because I find nothing of value in it. It doesn't feed me. In fact, it absolutely irritates me. I don't find that the stories that they share are newsworthy anymore. I do need to be fed, and that's kind of the message that Sonia has. I need to take care of me, and taking care of me is, in essence, creating content that takes care of others. And that's what I celebrate. I'm going to continue to celebrate. I've had some personal growth in what I've decided to put in my mind, and I decided to take things that don't feed me out of my mind. And that's part of the journey. And we want to build more things that help people understand that and give direction and create a path. And we like to say, find the beacon, because we believe in this green that we wear, and it doesn't go unseen. These are all cliche to us, but I do think that there needs to be a pathway created for people so that they understand. You know, it's real simple when you're reading, when you go to your phone and you say, you know, whatever, I don't want to say Siri, but now I said it, you know, show me the path to Walmart in this town. I don't know why I use Walmart. Show me the path to Waffle House in this town. And it gives you the path. It tells you the quickest way to go. It tells you how to do it without going on a toll. It tells you how to do it without hitting the highway. It tells you the most scenic way to go. We need to figure that out for humanity, because a lot of our brothers and sisters are just trying to get through the day. And how awesome would it be if you could say, hey, Graphene Dome, what are the resources I need today to help me get to the next step? There'll be more about that coming up, folks. Absolutely blessed by our guests, absolutely blessed by the WeP3 team, absolutely blessed by the viewers and the listeners. Go check out WeP3 Radio. All you got to do is type in WEP3. It's the first thing that comes up. And you will hear all the veterans. Chris Turner. Now, if you need to hear Chris Turner, his Spotify is in the links. Go check out Sonia and her. She's going to have a book coming out, folks, and all the things that she's doing. Thank you for being here, Sonia. Thank you for being here, Chris. Tomorrow, the WeP3 team will be back here at 16:30 to share the WeP3 weekly debrief. We do have our pants on, but I thought it was funny to call it the debrief, and that we will share what the People's Patriot Project is getting done in Minnesota and across the country. And then next Sunday, we'll be back again with Shay Alpha of Texas Veterans Helping Veterans, and Mr. Chris Lozano. Also, you can hear him on WeP3 Radio. Get her done. Patriot Pride. Go check your six. We'll see you when the smoke clears. Peace.